Hey, what's up, everyone? Good evening. This is episode 16 of Healthy Kids Simple Solutions. And tonight, what I'm going to be talking about is how to go gluten free and why your kid may need to do that. What are some of the easiest ways to do that? What has especially worked for me, and kind of the differences that I've seen. So, one of the two biggest objectives I get to going gluten free is one, they say it's super expensive, and I couldn't disagree more. I think it's actually one of the cheapest. When I start eating gluten free, I actually spend very little at the grocery store because I'm just buying very essentials of what I need that week. Like, for instance, this week I think I spent $22 for groceries for the week. So it's extremely affordable. And then the second thing I hear is, well, I don't want my kid to be hungry like midway through the morning, right? They want to give them something hearty for breakfast and make sure that they can stay full throughout the day. And usually what happens is they think that something like maybe pancakes or French toast or a breakfast sandwich or, something with bread and something like that, maybe like a Pop-Tart, that's not going to keep them full very long because that's going to get worked through very fast, and it's going to create this big blood sugar spike and then crash, and it's actually maybe going to cause concentration and behavior issues with your kid. So actually, gluten-free probably is going to last a lot longer till lunch, and they're not going to feel like they need to stay full. They're going to feel full throughout the day, and I'll teach you how to do that. So this is what I do. This is what actually works for me. I've seen tremendous benefit with doing it this way. The most common thing that I can get across is think of your food as protein, fat, carb, and then I say veggies as a fourth category. So what that is protein. You want a thing of protein, you want a thing of vegetables, you want a thing of carbs or fat, or both with the last two. So what you want to do is you want to find a good protein. So what I do is I cook a bunch of different meat during the weekend so I can have it throughout the week. So that can be anything. It can be pork, beef, chicken, whatever you want, whatever sounds good. Or eggs. That's usually my to go to is a thing of meat or eggs. And if you don't eat meat, then you know what you do to get your protein. But what I literally do is on Saturday or Sunday, I will cook this food, and I'll cook all of it for the week. So then during the week, I can just grab it and then put it into a travel container and then heat it up when I get to work when I need that meal. So I cook all that meat during the weekend, and then I just put it into a container. So like this week, I made ground beef, and then as I browned the beef, I put onions and green peppers in it, and then I put taco seasoning into it. So that's literally what I had, and then I made a little bit of salmon as well. So those were the two things that I'm having for protein. So what you do is you put a thing of protein in your meal container, and then what I do is put a thing of veggies in it. So I'll grab a bag of frozen vegetables. I'm a big fan of frozen vegetables. My favorite is stir fry vegetables. So it's a bag that's definitely like family sized, but it's for like one meal for a family. So what I do is I use that all for myself. I'll heat it up either in the microwave or in a steamer, and then I'll portion it out into 3 different meals. So now I have a protein and a vegetable, and then I either add like a carb or a fat to it. My favorite fats are either avocado or like a nut butter, like a peanut butter or almond butter. So for instance, one of my meals this week was I did my protein, which was that taco meat, and then I did a avocado with it, which is the fat. I added cauliflower rice to it, which was my vegetable, and then that was my meal. That's as easy as it has to be. So you add a protein, you add a carb, a fat, and a veggie. Like I said, the protein can be any meat or egg, or if you're a vegetarian or vegan, you know best how you get your protein source. That's honestly not my expertise. But then when you add a carb, my favorite carb is just fruit, or my favorite fruit's banana. So you're going to add a banana to it. So now you have your protein and your carb, which is your meat and your fruit. And then you add your fat to it, which is either, my 2 favorites are avocado or nut butter. So like peanut butter, avocado, whatever you want out of that. And then you add your vegetable. My favorite's stir fry vegetables. So what I'll do is I'll have my meat. It'll be, like this week it's that taco meat. I add my vegetable to it, cauliflower rice. I add my carb to it, which is a banana on the side, and then I add my fat to it, which is an avocado. So if you fill all four of those categories each time, you should have no issue staying away from gluten. And it's definitely something that has become much more of an issue currently. I mean, even when I was a kid, which wasn't that long ago. Yes, Megan, you know I love bananas. So even like 20 years ago, it really wasn't an issue as far as like having to deal with gluten and making sure that your kid's not overloaded with gluten. And it's become such a big deal now. So I really think parents should consider it for their child if they're struggling in school or having trouble concentrating or focusing, or behaving properly. So you need to make sure that they're not getting overloaded with gluten and really inflamed. So that is the four things that I make sure are in each of my meals. It is very easy for me because I just, check mark each one. Okay, I have a protein, I have a vegetable, I have a carb, and I have a fat. Boom, that's your meal. So it is very filling. It lasts forever. It's not something that digests really fast like bread or gluten. So that's what I recommend for people. Let me know if you like that strategy or if you're going to try it. I highly recommend it. And then you can just add whatever sauce you want. If you want like soy sauce or mustard or whatever you like. I like hot sauce. Or trouble sleeping. Yeah, it also helps with sleeping if you can get rid of that gluten out of your system. So, absolutely. That's what I recommend. I hope you guys try it. It has helped me a ton. I shed a bunch of weight from it, and I feel much more energetic throughout the day. I don't feel like I have a crash at any point during the day, and I'm sleeping much better. So, I hope you enjoyed it. That is episode 16 of Healthy Kids Simple Solutions and going gluten-free. And I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 17, so I hope to see you then.